by the cost in terms of management and their authority to make it cost, balance out. I don't know.
Even the prior manager times I met, I've never met.
But I would say even if it did go up, at least we should have been informed of it. But I don't know if we vote on it.
I'm sure we had a discussion. I'm positive. I would have to go back and look at the notes. Was it voted on? I can't remember, but I know it was discussed, and it has been the practice, even at Vernon Manor for private pay. Every year those rooms go up $10, and we are still under, like some of our close county-owned, like Breedstown. I think we're still less than they are a month for private pay for Vernon Manor compared to Vernon Manor. And sometimes I wonder if we should be higher, to be honest with you. So it's been the past practice for Vernon Manor to increase $10 every month by room type. And I think that philosophy was also trickled over to Vernon Acres, but I know we discussed it. We'll have to go back and look at the minutes from prior meetings.
Michelle, clarification there. You said it's the practice that goes up. Is it $10 a month? So it's $120 a year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Up with inflation, doing that, but
That's at Vernon Manor.
that's at Vernon Manor.
That's Vernon Manor. I'm just saying that, so the same philosophy, I think, was transferred over to Vernon Acres. And I think it was also like, by goodness, like we were losing, we're not getting paid for meals. Like, how were you going to recoup some of this cost? So,
it's been a very inflationary period. So if that's all it went up.
Yeah, we're getting beat out by inflation.
Yes.
Yep.
but I can tell you the letters went out because there's a certain time frame. They went out in November, and Amanda had signed all the letters. So they were notified of the increase in January in 2024.
Sure they were.
You're the increase, we all.
No, mine went down. Because of the cost of parking.
Well, I got family in both places, at Maplewood and also Vernon Acres.
We're under Maplewood cost-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You probably are.
We are.
But my sister just went in there, but I think she just got I couldn't convince her to come Vernon Acre because she didn't know enough people. More activities.
Mm-hmm.
And she's 93. I was going to tell her, ain't you?
Nobody. Nobody.
Okay, any other questions about either one financial?
And next time I'll bring a pass out that you can see. I'll try to make it as clear and transparent as I can to show you the different costs.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hey, thank you.
You're
Hope
welcome.
you feel better.
Thank you.
Let's hope she feels better than she sounds.
Done, and then survey gets done and we see it. Picking up this problem.
You're talking about a resident survey. Who's doing that?
Leading Age sends the survey, and then I would imagine it goes to Amy.
Because I looked at the one that was done last year and I thought, oh, there's an awful lot of bias in this survey.
Well, they're all biased. If you're getting a customer satisfaction survey, it's always going to be too expensive, and there's always a bias.
No, but I meant the questions, the way they were written.
Okay. And
It
it's not
wasn't
our survey.
It wasn't. I don't know whose survey it was that I saw last year, but I thought, whoa, you couldn't put any validity to the information that's here because it just was.
Yep.
I think I've ever seen it. Wow, this Vernon Acres had a internal group resident created a survey. Internally. Yeah.
Okay,
So it wasn't
a
leading.
different story.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
There's some people out there trying to market this and they want to market Vernon Acres as his own entity. Vernon Manor investment hurts Vernon Acres advertising. That's what I'm hearing.
We want to talk about that?
Well, what were you gonna say, Mary?
I said, I don't hardly think one should really affect the other that much. I mean, they're different types of facilities. And you build these facilities thinking that people are going to
Okay.
go into your nursing home, but that isn't necessarily true. I think they have to both stand on their own feet.
We thought that was going to happen
No,
way back when I was naive about this.
went to those financials. We kind of went through that too, didn't we, Michelle?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
number 10, new business. Policy review, scheduling.
We have 3 policies that have been revised. We're looking through all of the policies for Vernon Manor and soon Vernon Acres to either revise them, delete them if they're no longer applicable. And all the ones that are revised will come through this committee. The ones that are not revised are just being reviewed. So these are the 3 that we have significant revisions for. The first one is scheduling. We added a section about the holiday, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, with instructions about it, calling in sick before it or after it or.
And, I'm just gonna ask the question, because Tricia's here and Cassie's here. Is it normal that the nursing home has a different policy than the other
Yes.
staff in the county?
There are certain departments that due to their staffing needs, you have to have different policies. So that's something I'm working on countywide, is that anybody that is currently having practices that are out or away from current county policy, I am enforcing that they create their own departmental policies. So that if anything were to occur, we have that policy to go back to for reference, because the county policy may not reference that same.
Vernon Manor has a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And correct, just because it is a 24-hour facility, different shifts, different things that are going on. That's typical for healthcare. This specific policy was updated due to there was actually a scenario where it wasn't specified specifically when an individual, previously it had stated that if they didn't work the day before a shift, a holiday shift, they would not be paid for that holiday. There wasn't clear verbiage on whether the 2 holidays that run together, whether they were separate holidays or they were considered one holiday, the Thanksgiving and the day after. So this is basically just a clarification verbiage request so that the employees, we can specifically say, it's right here in black and white. If they worked on, so for example, if they didn't work on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, they were not paid holiday pay for Thanksgiving. But if they happened to come in on Thanksgiving, then they were paid for the following day. It's kind of a weird situation because of it being back to back like that.
I didn't know Black Friday was a holiday.
It is a Vernon County policy, holiday.
And it's separate. It's not Thanksgiving and Black Friday. They're separate. So that makes it really difficult to schedule.
It isn't
Yeah.
perhaps federal holiday, but it is a Vernon County holiday and has been. That isn't anything that's new. It's one of our considered 10 holidays in the year.
My ancestors did that.
So I'll ask a question on clarification. It says any given time staff can find their own replacement for a weekend or weekend day off and use PTO to cover it. Is it PTO for themselves or using their PTO